Ronald Kirui. Please come on stage. The audience is waiting. Please introduce yourself. All right, you can turn with the mic, just the mic.
Okay, thank you. Right, good morning, everyone. Good morning. I hope you're awake from my session. I insisted on a morning session because the afternoon, sometimes you find yourself alone. So I was going to talk about, my name is Ronald Kirui. I'm a managing director of a company called Magal Security Systems here in Kenya. It's an international company, and we specialize in physical security technology, and we do our interventions through execution of projects. We do physical security projects that are hinged on software and hardware integration. So we don't do electric fences. Yes, sometimes we have them as part of our solutions, but generally we focus on technology, cutting edge technology. If you need facial recognition systems as part of access control or as part of your security infrastructure, then that's what we do. We develop software that can allow different technologies to talk to each other to enhance control and management of security. We are focused on ports, airports, smart cities, big installations, not necessarily houses or estates, but large industrial and critical infrastructure facilities, power stations, dams, that sort of thing. But I'm not here to talk about my business today. I'm here to talk about cyber and the business side of cyber. We have been in business for a very long time, and we understand how to get from an idea to a business. Looking around the room, I'm seeing primarily young folk who are looking to understand the opportunities that cyber brings, whether that is in terms of learning or in terms of a career progression for personal reasons, or maybe getting into a business around cyber. I'm sure there are those, the people who will fit into one of those or a mix of those groups. So I'm here just to give a bit of my own personal experience on how to commercialize or monetize an idea and how you go from a good idea to a business. Because it's very exciting to get into, to hear the opportunities that are available in cybersecurity in Kenya. However, things are fashionable for a while, and then the space becomes crowded, and then everyone now starts to compete with each other for opportunities. So who is then left behind growing in that space and building a business in that space? And I just wanted to give an idea of my view of how you can look at building a career or a business career in cyberspace, or any business really, but we're talking here about cyber, so we'll focus on cyber. So looking at and hearing what John has talked about and the Cyber Pro team, there are huge opportunities in the cyberspace in Kenya. And the first thing is to build capacity through training to create the people that will service that space. As companies become aware of the risks they face in terms of cyber attacks and the impact that has on their businesses, then there is need for companies to engage people to assist them to manage and to deter those threats and attacks. So that's where the professionals within the space come in, and when those opportunities arise, then there are those who will go in, do the work, and move on. And there are those that will build businesses around those opportunities, and those businesses then grow within the space. And of course, as a business becomes successful, then you invest out of that space. So just generally, a lot of successful business, you will notice after so long, they start to venture out into other sectors. So it is very deliberate to diversify your business interests, because you're always seeking chasing opportunities. So how do you move from where you are now, get into training, get into cyberspace, and then grow it into a business? One thing I'll tell you is it doesn't happen by accident. It is something that is deliberate. You have to want it, you have to plan for it, and you have to seek opportunities that take you towards the direction that you want, where you want to go. And that, if for those who want to get into business in cyber, then you have to understand what type of business you want to get into. You may want to get into the business of developing solutions, software solutions, hardware. You may want to go into consultancy services, training services, all manner of variances within the space. So I would encourage you to think about where you want to go, where you want to take. If your route is to get into business and to build a business in cybersecurity, then you need to think about which direction you want to take it. Then from there, you can now start building your capacity, and of course you can engage a network within professionals in that space who then will assist you to now take advantage of other opportunities or bring opportunities to you that you may not necessarily be aware of. So what am I saying? Training for capacity, you don't need to be super expert in, and the guy at CyberPro will tell you maybe only a few of them are experts in cyber, but some of them, like John, are business people who have a passion for cyber, and therefore they have been able to build a business. And I think John really should give his story, because he is not a cyber expert technically, but he has a passion for developing the cyber awareness, cyber capacity within the country in order to take the country to the next level in terms of recognition as a center of excellence for cyber. So he has a vision, and if you want to build a business, you must have a vision. Otherwise, you're a blind person running in the dark. Effectively, you're going nowhere. You find yourself, when the lights are on, you're still in the same spot. So you must have a vision, you must have a direction, and you must arm yourselves with the tools that will enable you to move from point A to B of your plan. So for us as people who have been in business for a little bit longer than maybe some of you, we're always here and willing, through the CyberPro network and family, you can reach us to bounce ideas, to understand, now I have this big, there's an opportunity here, I have this idea which seems to match with this opportunity, but, there's need for funding, then we have funding networks, we can bring people who have funds that they want to invest in startups. There are people who are setting up hubs. I know several people who are setting up incubation hubs who are looking at startups, and they have access to funding. So, you need to take yourself to those places, but sometimes you don't even know that these places exist or how to get to them. So networking is how you get information and how you understand how other people have walked that journey before you, and you can follow in their path until you feel confident enough to now venture out on your own. So that is really what I wanted to say is you must network, take advantage of what the CyberPro team have set up here. It's a training platform. Those who want to get into cyber, understand what capacity you need to build. Maybe you're already there, maybe you're still a long way from there, but the CyberPro platform will enable you to get those skills, and then using those skills, you can then chart yourself a career into employment. And for those who want to get into business and build a business in that space, then those are the people I'm really talking to say, take advantage of this network that is being built here. Make sure you exchange contacts with all the people that are here so that you're able to then build your capacity and then build your business and build yourself a career and others who you will then do the same for in the future. And that's all I always ask young people, we will help you, you then help others. And in the process, the country will grow. And for those of you who have read about the cyberspace in Israel, for instance, they have really developed their cyber capacity, and they have a lot of companies who are startups and have grown beyond even to listing in the stock market that are focused on cybersecurity. and are making huge, huge impacts. And if you go to our government institutions and you ask them, those who have invested in cybersecurity solutions, most of them will tell you we are using Israeli products. And when you go to Israel, you find hundreds of options. And it starts where we are today. Students get into the space, build capacity, and then build careers and build businesses out of it. So I think without too much else, I will stop there. I'm sure there'll be a question and answer session later. Thank you very much for listening.
Please, let's clap for Ronald. Someone's told me to go to the backstage, but now I'm here. We have a panel discussion. We have